Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with that 3-minute daily dose of Torah, looking at the precursor to the golden calf story, and that is the recognition on the part of the people that Moshe is late. He's late, and late means, as we said, the first rendering, which I think is the pshat, as you would say, the straight meaning of the text, is that Moshe's been gone now 40 days. 40 days. And they know Moshe didn't. They didn't see him take up with him, all manner of food that he would have. There wasn't real food for people anymore. People relied on the manna, on the man, and there was no man descending on heaven. And so they conclude that Moshe is not alive anymore because he could not survive that. Now, the pushback against this is, well, Moshe went up to be with God, and it's up with God. So then. Okay, God should be taking care of him. So why draw that conclusion that Moshe was not alive anymore? Just conclude that he's in communing with God and he can survive it. Okay, so when it pushes us to the question, well, what makes Moshe late? So the first version says Moshe is late because they say no human being would, if he were alive, he would have come down here, something like into that, right? But says the Midrash. And here it picks up on the word boshesh. Boshesh. That's not an unusual word. In the Torah, it's not a common word at all. If you want to say somebody's late, you say something like hitacher. That's the word. And a simple word in Hebrew, hitacher, is to be delayed in when you're supposed to be down. So boshesh is a strange word and it kind of begs interpretation. So it says the Midrash the following. The Midrash Tanchuma. Ma'u boshesh. Ba'ushesh. Boshesh means the word shesh, ba'ushesh, the 6th hour has arrived. V'lo yarad Moshe, and Moshe hasn't come down. Lefi, it's a noon. We're talking about noon. Lefi shitne Moshe imahem, because Moshe had made it clear to them and told them, after 40 days, I will bring you the Torah. That's interesting. You go back to the text as we said in Mishpatim. Moshe says, I'll be gone and I'll come back. It doesn't say 40 days there. This suggests that there's a tradition of 40 days, and I'll be back. Kevan sheba'u sheish sha'ot v'lo yarad Moshe, it's high noon, and Moshe hasn't descended. Minyad v'yikahel, that's when immediately people gathered up against Aaron and are freaking out and pulling out their hair. Where's Moshe? Where's Moshe? Now the traditional understanding then is that they miscounted. They didn't count the right day. Moshe should have come down the next day. This was actually the 39th day, not the 40th day, and that's how this is all in error. But he would have shown up on time at high noon, just as he had promised that they had, if they had counted it correctly. Instead, they did not, and they enter this panic, and so the story continues from there. I'll have you think about this question, not solve it for now. What makes someone late for you? And is it because they've given you a specific time of arrival and they haven't met that? Or is it that you have an expectation you created? And when that's not met, whether it's a person being late or anything else being late or something you expect to happen, so you've imposed on that person or on that issue its necessary time of arrival, and when it fails, it's really to meet your expectation. That's when you have a panic. But is it really you, or is it the other? Worthy of consideration. Have a great day, everybody.